Hey champions, Arian, Tyson here, and I'm just coming at you to shoot a video on this morning. This is basically a follow-up to the video that I did yesterday when I was talking about questions to ask yourself that will help you turn your day around. And in the last video, I shared 2 questions to ask yourself. So if you didn't check out that video, make sure you check out that video. So this is a continuation of that video. And so I'm going to share with you 2 more questions to ask yourself that will help you turn your day around. And so one of the things that I've discovered is we have control over how our day goes. Just because our day may start off good doesn't mean that it's going to end well. Just because our day starts off not so good doesn't mean that it cannot end well for us. But it's really determined on what we do and the choices that we make, or even the choices that we don't make. Having said all that, there are 2 other questions to ask yourself that will help you turn your day around. And one of them is, what could you be positive about right now if you really wanted to be positive? Why am I saying this? Is because unless you're deeply depressed, sadness is really just a feeling. And as with all feelings, you choose it. Yes, you actually make a conscious or subconscious choice to feel the way that you do. If you wanted to be positive and smile right now, it would be on purpose. And if you wanted to frown, you would choose to do that too. A smile, as I've come to learn the hard way, but learned it nevertheless, a smile is a choice, not a miracle. And smiling is a choice that actually makes you feel better. The simple act of smiling sends a message to our brains that we're happy. Then our body pumps out all kinds of feel-good endorphins. That's something I actually learned, believe it or not, working out, which is what I'm about to do very soon. And this reaction has been studied by a lot of psychologists and has been discussed in their field. It's been widely discussed in their field. But of course, even if you choose to be positive and smile often, sadness is still a part of life. No question about it. Although it is a chosen response, it's a natural response to an adverse life experience. And it's generally not a bad feeling to have in the short term, as long as you don't allow it to consume you. The key is to keep things in perspective and context, and then shift your perspective when you must. When life doesn't work out the way that you wanted to, it can feel like you have nothing at all, but that's not true. Find your balance between planning and presence, between expecting and accepting. Work for what you want, but don't go looking for something better every second. You must be willing to loosen your grip on life, on the life that you planted, so that you can embrace the life that is waiting for you in this moment. And then finally, the other question is to ask yourself to turn your day around is, what do you not want others to know about you today? And this question cuts right into the heart of your insecurities. Let it remind you that problems, flaws, and challenges are a part of everyone's life. And don't be ashamed about it. Don't worry about being judged or rejected. What other people think of you does not define you. I'm going to say that again. What other people think of you does not define you. Set yourself free from their judgment. What they see in you is their opinion and a reflection of what they see in the world. Some people might perceive you as smart, funny, talented, while others may think you're average at best or even undesirable. I can think about how many times growing up as a kid, growing up as a teenager, where I was told that I was ugly, where I was told that, I'm going to be alone forever and so on and so forth. But I'm at a place in space now where that doesn't define me. As a matter of fact, I actually think that I am a handsome young man. And I can tell you this, I didn't used to always think that way. So I know what I speak of, where I was guilty of letting what people thought of me define me. But that's no longer. And to some, you might look beautiful, and to others, you might look too fat or too skinny. No matter what other people's thoughts about you are, it's about their standards of beauty or intelligence or awareness, and it really has very little to do with you. Yet, all too often, we let the rejections we experience dictate every move we make. I literally just said that. Literally was just talking about that. We literally do not know ourselves to be any better than what some opinionated, uninformed person told us was true. And the reality is, a rejection doesn't mean we aren't good enough. It just means that some person under some circumstance failed to align with what we have to offer. Here's what I know. Rejections do not matter. Let them go and refocus your attention on what does matter. What does matter is how you see yourself. Always make a habit of staying 100% true to your values and have the courage of your convictions, regardless to what others may think of you. Never be ashamed of doing what feels right. To help you implement this habit, start by listing out 5 to 10 things that are important to you when it comes to building your character and living your life. For example, my core values, I call them my core values. My core values are honesty, transparency, compassion, loyalty, commitment, excellence, encouragement. And the last one is respect. Those are my core values. What are your core values? Do you have core values? And realize that while it may sound overly simplistic, most people never take the time to actually decide what's important to them. When it comes to their self-image, they let others decide for them, especially when the times are tough. And I'm telling you, you have to stop that. And today is a good day to stop that. So I wanted to share that. If you got value from it, I wasn't expecting to go that long, but nevertheless, if you got value from it, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video with someone. And remember, in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly can't do both. It's yours truly, Arian, Tyson, the Movement Motivator, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.